Coming up on this episode of Winning Bets, it's time to go win that free fantasy money out there this weekend. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for joining me as always. Great to have you along for today's episode. Man, I'm sitting here about to record this episode and I'm still buzzing. I don't know if you guys were out there watching the Dortmund versus Dusseldorf game that just ended just a few minutes ago, but Holland scored in the 95th minute to keep our parlays alive that we've got in play this weekend. So we're still, that was crazy. We still have he scored in the 95th minute, literally the last touch of the game. Unbelievable. He's sitting here. I'm feeling good. I've done my research here for these fantasy games. So let's go get that money. There's a chance to win over $115,000 this weekend. It's, of course, the NASCAR games. You guys know it by now. It's the Finish Line app, and it's the Fox Bet Super 6 app. The Finish Line app is still at a $25,000 jackpot. Nobody's won it. And the Fox Bet Super 6 jackpot has now gone up to $90,000 because nobody's won that jackpot as well. Let's jump right into it. Let's go to the Finish Line app. We, again, know how that game goes. They give you 6 questions. It's choose the best driver that's going to finish amongst the group. Question 7, who's going to win? Question 8, who's going to finish in second place? All right, let's jump right into it. I'll go ahead and give you my winners. In Group 1, let's go with Kevin Harvick to have the better finish. Look, he's had in 17 of his 19 starts here at Homestead, he's had 17 of those finishes in the top 10. 11 of those have been in the top 5. He's got 1 win. And we already know earlier this year at similar tracks that are about a mile and a half, like this one here at Miami, he's won at Darlington, and he's also won at Atlanta a couple weeks back. So just a good driver here on the long oval. So go ahead and take Kevin Harvick there. All right, Group 2, we're going to take Denny Hamlin. Of his 15 starts, he's had 10 of those finish in the top 10. He's got 2 wins here at Miami. His average finish at this track is 10.5, and he also won earlier this season at a Darlington racetrack. So again, another strong driver here on the long mile-and-a-half courses. So take Denny Hamlin in Group 2. Group 3, we're going to go with Kurt Busch. Look, he's got the best odds amongst the drivers here in this group. He's starting in 10th place, and he's got 1 win here in Miami. So we like Kurt Busch in Group 3. In Group 4, we're going to go with Eric Jones. Eric Jones is starting in 15th place. He's only had 3 races here in Miami before, but he's had 1 of those finishes in the top 5, and he's also got the best odds amongst these drivers. So take Eric Jones in Group 4. In Group 5, let's go with Bubba Wallace. Look, Bubba Wallace is just coming off his career best finish in Martinsville. He's one of these drivers that are in the forefront in terms of being an activist for the Black Lives Matter movement. Maybe this is giving him some extra motivation because, like I said, he had his career best finish last week. Let's go ahead, and I think amongst these drivers, seeing how there's no real discrepancies in terms of really their career finishes here at this track or how they've been performing this year. So let's go with Bubba Wallace to kind of continue what he seems to be spurred on with this Black Lives Matter movement. So take Bubba Wallace in Group 5. And in Group 6, let's take Michael McDowell. Look, he started at 36th at Atlanta a few weeks back, and he ended up in 24th, which was the biggest spread amongst the drivers in this group. Again, another group where you kind of got a bunch of guys that'll be finishing more towards the end of the pack, and Michael McDowell seems to be the better of those drivers here in this group. So we've answered Group 6, Michael McDowell. Who do we think? Question 7, who's going to win this race? We've gone with Kevin Harvick. We've already spelled out the reasons, all the top 10s, top 5s, wins at this racetrack, wins at similar racetracks in Darlington, Atlanta. It's going to be close, but we're going to go ahead and take Kevin Harvick to win the race. And the final question, we're going to go with Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is going to finish in second place. Another guy, he's got wins at this racetrack. He's always generally strong at any racetrack. But with his pedigree here at this racetrack, similar results in Atlanta and Darlington, kind of really hasn't had that win yet coming back from the coronavirus return. We just think he's due for another real strong finish. So we're going to go Kyle Busch. So that's how we answer those questions. Go Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Busch for a chance to win $25,000. Nobody's done it yet. Let's hope it's going to be our turn, and it's going to be this week for us to do it. All right, let's jump into the Fox Bet Super 6. This is the one where it's really, really tough. Not surprising that nobody's been able to win the jackpot yet, and it continues to climb $10,000 each week, where it now sits at $90,000. All right, this is actually the first time in doing this contest this week where they give you kind of the heavy hitters. You're answering Chase Elliott, your Joey Logano's, your Kyle Busch. The drivers they give us this week are really guys that are going to be finishing more towards the end of the pack. Guys that if you're not or if you're just a casual NASCAR follower, you're not going to really have heard of these guys' names much. So let's jump right into it. They've got driver 1, Bubba Wallace. We're going to go 17 to 19. Kind of the history and the research shows that he'll kind of finish around there with his starting position and his career. So we're going to go Bubba Wallace 17 to 19. Next driver is Alex Bowman. He's got some pretty good odds here. He's done well at Atlanta this year at another similar big track. We're going to go Alex Bowman at 9 to 10 finishing position. Next driver is Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill is starting last in this race. He's going to start last, and he's also going to finish last. We're taking 35 to 40. There's only 38 drivers, so you're kind of burning yourself on 2 spots that he obviously can happen in due to just being 38 drivers. But look, he starts last. He's going to end towards the end of the pack. Timmy Hill gets 35 to 40. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. comes in next. Again, the research shows he's going to be towards the end of the pack. We're taking 20 to 22. Martin Truex Jr. finally getting into a driver that has some real good pedigree and obviously won a couple weeks back. So Martin Truex Jr., we're going to go 3 to 4. He's going to have a real strong finish here. He's got some great odds coming into this week. Truex Jr., 3 to 4. And then Clint Bowyer, I think he's going to do all right. He's got a good starting grid position. His history here at Miami is pretty good. We're going Clint Bowyer 9 to 10 there for Clint Bowyer. So Bubba Wallace 17 to 19, Alex Bowman 9 to 10, Timmy Hill 35 to 40, Stenhouse Jr. 20 to 22. We're going to go Truex Jr. 3 to 4 and Bowyer 9 to 10. There's another challenge on ESPN. It's for tonight's UFC challenge. I've told you guys on previous episodes I'm not a UFC guy, so I'm not going to offer advice that I don't really know much about. But go ahead and get your picks in for that because they're giving away money on that contest. And as for more of these fantasy games, my favorite game returns. The NBC Sports Predictor Premier League returns. Premier League and NFL are 2 sports that by far I follow the most. And that contest resumes next week, and that jackpot's for $50,000. So come on next week's episode, we'll submit our picks for that game. I look forward, obviously, to the Premier League returning and then for a chance to win more money. So those are the games out there, guys. It's for $115,000. Good luck. If I was able to help you with all the selections or maybe just a couple, I wish you the luck. I wish me luck. Let's go get the money, and I'll see you guys next week on the next episode. I'm Jason Mattis. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.